Ever stare at your bank account after a shopping spree, then remember that before pay payment looming? We've all been there. But what if there was a way to take control and settle that debt early? Before pay is a popular service, especially for those who need a little flexibility between paychecks. But what about flexibility on your terms? Can you actually pay before pay back early and avoid any surprise fees? The answer, like most things in finance, is a bit of it depends. Before pay basics, a quick recap. Before pay lets you access a portion of your upcoming paycheck early. This can be a lifesaver for unexpected bills or that must-have purchase. However, it's important to remember before pay isn't free. They charge a fixed fee, typically around 5% of the amount you borrow. There's no interest, but that fee adds up if you use before pay frequently. The good news is before pay offers some repayment flexibility. They typically set up automatic repayments to come out on your next payday, but what if you get paid early or simply want to clear that before pay debt sooner? Can you pay before pay early? Let's break it down. The short answer, yes, in most cases, you can repay before pay early. This can be a great way to manage your cash flow and potentially save some money on fees. Here's what you need to know. There's a waiting period. You can't just blast off with an early repayment the moment you receive your before pay funds. There's usually a waiting period of at least 2 days after you cash out with before pay. This gives them time to process the transaction and set up your repayment schedule. Not the day before. Don't wait until the day before your before pay payment is due to try and settle it early. Their system often won't allow last-minute early repayments. Banking delays. Keep in mind, even if you make an early repayment through the before pay app, it can take up to 2 business days for your bank to process the transfer. This means it might not reflect in your before pay account immediately. Making early repayments with before pay, it's easier than you think. Assuming you're past the 2-day waiting period and it's not the day before your repayment, making an early payment with before pay is a breeze. Here's the general process. Always double-check the Before Pay app for specific instructions. Open the Before Pay app and navigate to your account section. Look for a section titled Repayments or Manage Cash Out. You should see an option to repay early. Select the specific before pay transaction you want to settle early if you have multiple. Confirm the repayment and wait for before pay to process it. The benefits of early before pay repayment. There are a few reasons why you might want to consider paying before pay early. Peace of mind. Settling that debt early can be a weight off your shoulders. No more worrying about upcoming payments or late fees. Potentially save money. While before pay doesn't charge interest, their fees can add up over time. Early repayment means you're reducing the overall amount of time you're being charged that fee. Improved credit score. Before pay reports to some credit bureaus. Making consistent and on-time payments, including early repayments, can potentially improve your credit score. Before you repay early, consider this first. While early repayment has its perks, there are a few things to consider before hitting that repay early button. Emergency fund. Make sure you have a healthy emergency fund built up before prioritizing early before pay repayments. Unexpected expenses happen, and you don't want to drain your savings to pay before pay back a few days early. Upcoming bills. Take a look at your upcoming bills and commitments. If you have essential bills due soon, it might be smarter to hold onto that cash instead of using it for an early before pay repayment. Early repayment, a smart tool, but use it wisely. The ability to repay before pay early can be a valuable tool for managing your finances. It allows you more control over your cash flow and potentially saves you money. However, always prioritize your emergency fund and upcoming bills before rushing to pay before pay back early. Remember, before pay is a financial tool, and like any tool, it's important to use it responsibly. By understanding the early repayment options and